So we are here. We are at the 10th bar, right? No, the 11th. God, I don't know anymore. No, yeah, it's the 11th. We are at November. Yes, November. That's where we are. We are in November. Like literally, but also we are on the November soap. Oh my God, this intro is terrible. Hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff.
One, two, three.
How's it going, sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 167 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing the November bar for the 12 months of soap line, which is very exciting. That means we are almost done. And when it's almost done, that means 10 days of thanks begins. And 10 days of thanks is 10 days of lots of free stuff. So it's all awesome. This particular design, also awesome. I decided to, with this one, capture Thanksgiving, but not like turkey and stuff, because that's gross to make a soap smell like. We've all learned our lesson with bacon soaps. Probably not a turkey bar in our futures. And we are going to be scenting this with cranberry and orange. Delightful, tart, sweet, all of the things. And we will be using a design that you've seen a couple times in the recent past. And I will tell you why I chose this design and, all of the rest of the inspiration and all the things, in the video. Okay, so we are doing the 11th bar in the 12 months of soap thing, and that bar is called November. And the scent we are going with is cranberry plus orange, and the colors we are using are spicy tomato plus this thing from Brambleberry. Can't read the label anymore. Love that for me. As well as Tangerine Dream. And the design we are using is really the design that we used for Elizabeth II's and Princess Margaret's bar. And we are going to do some little orange and cranberry toppers on this because it's freaking November, you guys. Like actually, literally, it's November right now while I am doing this. The rest of the months didn't make sense. For this one bar in the 12 months of soap, it makes sense because it's November. And it's not just any day in November. It is Soap and Clay Kidlet #1's first birthday. What? What is wrong with me? Yeah, Soap and Clay Kidlet #1. You've talked to her. She's a thing. She's been on lives. It's her first birthday. It's her 9th birthday. Mr. Soap and Clay and I celebrated our 10th wedding anniversary 4 days ago. Today is Soap and Clay Kidlet #1's 9th birthday. So for all of you who can easily do maths, I was not knocked up when we got married. Also, even if I was, I don't see the problem there. For the record, the only reason I say that is because some of my family members that I no longer talk to hate watch my videos. And they have long assumed that because Eowyn was born a year after we were married, that we must have gotten married because I was pregnant. Which again, I don't see a problem with, but they super do. Anyway, happy birthday, Soap and Clay Kidlet #1. It is not her first birthday. It is her 9th birthday. And it is November. And November means cranberries and oranges, because I don't know what you guys do with your cranberry stuff for Thanksgiving, but I totally put some orange peel in that shit because that's what makes it delicious. I don't know. Do you guys just like open up the can, or do you use like real cranberries? Because I guess I could go either way with all of that, but orange peels are definitely a part of it too. So that is what we are doing for the November bar. And again, stop and wish Soap and Clay Kidlet number 1 a very happy 9th birthday. Please don't say happy 1st birthday. She will be big confused and will probably get mad at me. Let's go on and pour this thing. Okay, and onto the pour of this guy, and we are blocking off a section of a very long mold because I just need to show you one small batch. And I know a lot of you have been asking me like the big process. One, I did this around the same time last year, definitely within the holiday season. The video is titled something like what an actual 2 hours in the soap shop looks like. Right? And so you can go back and watch that, because it's not just this little, 12 bar batch of whatever. It's, I make a lot. And so I did that. I've done some master batching things. A lot of people have been asking for like a full day in the life of a soap maker. And actually, weirdly, some people have asked for like a live of that. And I've been intrigued by that process. Like a whole day of going live, of being live. I mean, I'm down to do it. I just feel like that's probably a lot. That's like a lot. And people will obviously pop in and out and, whatever. But I don't know. I guess I could. That's weird. Anyway, I could do that. It could be fun, but weird. Point is, a lot of people have asked to see a process like just showing the bigger batches and not just these little batches that I make for filming, because I obviously have to make several hundred more of all of these off camera. And I've explained why in multiple videos. The biggest reason is the camera can only, really show so much. But I do have, while it's not a super big batch thing, I do have coming up in the next few days during 10 Days of Thanks a video that is doing bigger batches than just a dozen bars at a time. And I don't know. I mean, if that's what you guys want to see and you want to actually see like the full process of everything that we do for all of these soaps, I'm not opposed to it. But again, my first and foremost concern is the camera can only film so much. And so the majority of these molds, like you can already see that mold on the right side there, it's mostly cut off. Like from end to end, it's mostly not in frame. And I would have, 10 of those molds out at least to do something. So it could be weird, but if you guys really want that, that's cool. I can try. It could be a disaster, but you know what? You guys have been around for a lot of disasters. I've shown you the fails. I've left in weird footage for like the deep dives, like when my power went out during the shea butter video. Ooh, that was a thing. And all the stuff. So we could maybe do that. Anyway, this design, inspired by the Princess Margaret and the Queen Elizabeth II bars that I freaking loved. I thought were so stunning and so beautiful. And so I wanted to do that at least once for the 12 months of soap pack, because I really did enjoy pouring those bars. I thought all of them were very stunning. And so I'm doing an in the pot swirl for the middle layer, and the bottom layer is that same beautiful cranberry color, and the top will be white. And I wanted to do this again because I loved pouring the Elizabeth II and the Princess Margaret bars. And I really wanted that represented to kind of round out and reflect 2021, because so much of 12 months of soap is about literally that. Like taking a look at what the year was, what we focused on, and letting the 12 months of soap sort of reflect that as sort of an homage to all of the hard work that went into the year and all the things that we did and the things that we loved. Mostly the things that we loved, but also this particular line this year has been so embed heavy, not because we loved embeds, but because we used them a lot. And some years we used none embeds. This year we were very embed heavy, and so it had to be sort of heavily represented. But this design, I think arguably I've only used it just in the Queen Elizabeth and the Princess Margaret bars. But I found serious joy in pouring these bars. And so that had to be represented. And I don't know, at the end of all of this, I'm thinking this bar is going to be completely stunning and absolutely gorgeous, because like the Princess Margaret just staying with like all the blue tones, absolutely gorgeous. The Queen Elizabeth II, the bottom was blue, and then there were like 6 colors in the middle, essentially rainbowing it to represent all of the cool ass clothes that she wears all the time. So bright, so powerful, so bold. 95% of the colors the Queen wears, I would never dare to. I can't pull it off. But my name is not the Queen, so she can pull off whatever she wants because her name is the Queen. But they were really pretty. And so I thought with the red, like the pinky red, the cranberry color, and the orange, this might end up being the prettiest 3-layer bar in this fashion that we've done yet. This is my hope. And while these are not like internal embeds with the oranges and the cranberries and everything on top, I still had to represent some embeds because, again, 2021, very embed heavy. So it basically needs to be represented in almost every bar. I will also be doing, well, geez, guys. So tomorrow is the last day of the 12 months of soap, right? And that means the day after that, 10 days of thanks begins. So these will be available, the 12 months of soap, they will be available on the website for you like purchase. But one of the days during 10 days of thanks, we're also going to be giving away 10 full sets of 12 months of soap. And I'm looking here for the sheet that I have for those days to see what day, just to give the person that's the peoples, the sudsers that are actually listening to the entire video and not doing the skippy skip shit, because you shouldn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on the 7th day of 10 days of thanks, we will be giving out sets of 12 months of soap. So now you know. If that's what you have your heart set on, really pay attention on day number 7. Now you know. And that's a little bonus for you, the person that listens to my video all the way through and doesn't just skip through or mute me. I get muting me. I annoy myself sometimes when I'm like editing this and I have to watch myself and listen to myself. I'm like, oh my God, your voice is weird. But I mean, my voice is always weird, but I think my voice is equally weird or even more weird right now because I have this thing on my mouth and like the wire. I don't know that I will ever stop talking about this. Maybe I'll stop talking about it when it stops being in my mouth and my teeth are all like fixed and no longer looking weird. Anyway, point is, I get muting me, I guess. But for those of you that don't mute me, A, thank you. I appreciate you. And 2, you know that day 7 of 10 days of thanks is the day that if you really want the 12 months of soap, that's the day to super pay attention and make sure that coupon code is ready to go. And also, you can already, it's good. It's a good thing. It's exciting. It's so exciting. In 2 days, I get to start giving away all kinds of shit. And I'm super duper excited about that. 10 Days of Thanks is my absolute favorite time of the year because I love giving things away. I mean, like, could I just give things away all the time? Like, I mean, sure, yeah, I could, but then I wouldn't have a business anymore. I'd just be some weird ass person that's giving away soap for weird ass reasons. That's not really good business sense. So Mr. Soap and Clay continues to tell me every time I'm like, so I'm going to do another sale. Anyway, let's go cut this guy that is not going to be C-popped for obvious reasons. And just in case you didn't know, the obvious reasons are because melt and pour embeds on top and I don't want them to melt. Look at the beautiful glycerin dew that exists on those. It looks like a frosted cranberry and a frosted orange, like a sugared cranberry and orange. And the lines look really good. The swirls look really awesome. And this is probably, if I will ever show you a bar, yeah, I think this one is going to stand as my favorite bar in the entire line. And I've probably said that for at least 4 other bars. The June bar comes to mind. I probably definitely said that for that one because it was super pretty with the beach theme and everything. But look how beautiful that is. For me, that screams November. A beautiful cranberry scent, a beautiful orange scent. It's sweet and bright and tart all at the same time. And the bar also sweet, bright, tart, just in color form. That's a thing. And I think these are great. This is a really fun, bright addition. Like back when I was doing the February bar, I told you that I wanted to keep it pink. I was glad that I did some pinks with that instead of going really, really dark red because I wasn't ready to put red in the line yet. And the reason for that was the November bar was one of the ones I had very early on decided on. Already knew that this is what I wanted to do for November. And so I knew a really beautiful dark pinky red was going to exist. And then obviously with July, red was going to exist in the watermelon. So I didn't want to go red heavy too early on. And I'm glad that I didn't because this is gorgeous. And cranberries and orange and all the things. This is represented in, fall and November and Thanksgiving for those of us in the United States that celebrate Thanksgiving in like the commercialized way of celebrating Thanksgiving, by the way. I don't. That's another story and we don't have enough time for it. Speaking of weird history stories, there's another one of those coming up in 10 Days of Thanks because it's time to do a weird history story and it's going to be kind of a long one. And I'm looking forward to that too. But this is cool. This is the November bar. We are almost done with 12 months of soap. It is so freaking exciting. I love everything about this bar. It's absolutely stunning. I'm excited to get into the hands of all the peoples. It's going to be a good time. Everybody go into the comments. Wish Soap and Clay Kidlet number 1 a very happy 9th birthday. 9th birthday, please. And yeah, that is day 167. It's day 11 of 10 Days of Thanks, or 12 months of soap. 10 Days of Thanks is soon. So soon. It's in 2 days, and that's gorgeous. And there it is, the November bar, and yeah, she's a babe. She's a total babe. How could she not be a babe? Bright, beautiful, pinky, magenta, fuchsia-y, cranberry color. Beautiful orange, the white. Absolutely delightful. And I'm glad we got like a nice darker, pink/red into the line because we didn't really do so with the Valentine soap. And, the July soap stands on its own, so that has some red in it too. Anyway, I think it's perfect for November. And I am very, very excited for this bar. If you are excited for this bar, you cannot get it at soapandclay.com right now because A, I don't have all of the 12 months of soap sets up yet because tomorrow's the last day for all of that. So be patient. But 2, wait for 10 days of thanks, because 10 days of thanks starts in 2 days. And we are going to be giving away 10 of these 12 packs on one of those days. So head to soapandclay.com, subscribe to the newsletter. That's where we will drop all the coupon codes so we can do this thing with 10 days of thanks. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. I hope you guys had fun today. I super had fun today. I am going to go continue loading things up to the website and getting them ready because 10 days of thanks is in 2 freaking days. Thank you so much for joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. A special thank you to my sudsers. You guys are amazing each and every day. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.